All right, Randy Walker here, worldtennismagazine.com, and behind me we have the birthplace of Theodore Roosevelt, the 26th President of the United States. We're on 20th Street between Park Avenue and Broadway in New York City. And you may be wondering, why is worldtennismagazine.com featuring the birthplace of Theodore Roosevelt? Well, I'm going to tell you why. Because he is the man who created the White House tennis court. Theodore Roosevelt was an amazing sportsman, and one of the sports that he loved to play was tennis. So when he became president, he created the White House tennis court. Now, when he finished his term as president, he was the next president was William Howard Taft. And William Howard Taft got rid of the White House tennis court. They remodeled the White House, and the place where the White House tennis court used to be is now where the Oval Office now sits. So that's kind of an interesting piece of anecdote. Another interesting anecdote is before Teddy Roosevelt became president, he was the hero, or one of the heroes, of the Spanish-American War in Cuba, storming of San Juan Hill in Cuba. And Theodore Roosevelt had recruited a regiment, a cavalry regiment, which was dubbed the Rough Riders. And a lot of the players, a lot of the people that were participants that were enlisted in the Rough Riders were athletes from Harvard, where Theodore Roosevelt went to college. And there were two champion tennis players who were part of Teddy Roosevelt's Rough Riders. And they were Bill Larned and Robert Wren. So Robert Wren was a four-time U.S. champion, U.S. national singles champion. This was in 1898 when the Spanish-American War was. So Robert Wren was one of the top players in the world, in the country, and he served with Teddy Roosevelt in the Rough Riders. And the other top American tennis player was Bill Larned, who went on to win, after the Spanish-American War, he went on to win the U.S. singles title 7 times. But by serving their country in the Spanish-American War, both Robert Wren and Bill Larned were unable to play for the U.S. Davis Cup team in the first ever Davis Cup matches in 1900 because of their condition. After serving in the Spanish-American War, one of them got yellow fever, the other one had other kind of issues with his knees. So they weren't fit enough to play in the first ever Davis Cup matches, but the USA was able to beat Great Britain anyway without two of its top players. So interesting stories here with Teddy Roosevelt, who was probably the most enthusiastic tennis president that we've ever had in the United States. Creator of the White House tennis court. It was still a tennis court at the White House, but it's just at a different location than when Teddy Roosevelt first created it and played on it. So anyway, a little bit of history here from New York City, the Teddy Roosevelt National Historic Park, National Historic Site, the birthplace of the 26th President of the United States, here on 20th Street between Park Avenue and Broadway in New York City. So Randy Walker for World Tennis Magazine, over and out.